So, dear students, in this video, we are going to study about business valuation. So, what is a business valuation? Now, see, every business valuation is different, and for every businessman, valuating a business is equally very important. And if he doesn't value his business, if he doesn't do valuation of the business, his decisions will go wrong because many a times there are different kind of problems, there are different kind of situations, and there are different kinds of the platforms available for him. So for each and every things he has to do about business valuation, and when he does a business valuation, he can come to know at what place the business is there, right? Like in this picture you can see the person, he was being confused. Okay, he was confused with the related aspect, and he was confused like where his business is standing, at what position. Now if business valuation is done properly, that problem will not arise. He will come to know that where exactly his business is. So to do that also we require business valuation. In short, if I tell, business valuation, it is a process and a set of procedures used to estimate the economic value of an owner's interest in a business. Okay, this is what business valuation is. It is a process. What kind of process it is? It is a process and set of procedures. It is not just a process, but also it is a set of procedures which is used to estimate the economic value, means the value of the owner as well as the interest of the owner in the business. So that kind of calculation process and estimation, it is called as business valuation. Now if you see a definition of a business valuation, a valuation definition, a valuation, the act or a process of determining the value of a business, business ownership, interest, security, or intangible assets. So when we see about a business valuation definition, we will come to know that it is the act or a process of determining. So why do we determine the valuation, or why do we need valuation? Is for the sake of determining the value of business first of all. Then business ownership interest, right? Whether the business is really interested in the earning a business ownership interest, that also will come to know. About security, right? We will have a security if valuation is done, or intangible assets. And you want to know about intangible assets also, the valuation in the business is done. Now appraisal, the act or a process of developing an opinion of a value, and opinion of a value is generally called as an appraisal. Now the valuation in other terms, it is also called as appraisal, right? It is a, or a process of developing an opinion, right? When some act or opinion is developed about something, or some particular person or a product or some kind of assets, those things are called as appraisal, right? Appraisal. So why do we need valuation? Is it really required to have a valuation in the business? Business valuation is really required, or it is just like an optional kind of thing? So when we see the answer, we will understand why do we need valuation. Okay, so we need valuation first of all for estate and gifting. Okay, see, one owner is there, he has died, death of the business owner will happen. In that case of a death, you cannot do the distribution of the property between their children's, between son and daughter, without just by their property, or without just by seeing on the basis of size of the property, or measuring the property in terms of area wise. No. So what we need to do here is the business valuation is required, right? On the death of the person, the valuation will be done, that this person a owner of a businessman, he was having this much of a property, his total business property. Then later on, that property is going to get divided, right? The property will get divided between son and a daughter, right? Different family members. So here on the death of a business owner, the business valuation is very, very important. Estate that we call. Then transfer of business ownership to the next generation through gift of a shares. Sometimes when a person is alive, then in his life itself, you want to take retirement from the business. He want that his son has to continue the business, his daughter has to continue the business. So in that case, the business valuation will be done, and what is the total net worth of the business will get calculated. That this is the total net worth, total property of the business. And after that, whatever that thing is there, it is totally gifted or it is transferred to the next generation. So here, for estate and gifting, we require business valuation. Without just by piece of a paper or just other calculation, if you do, the thing is not required here. So business valuation is must and should. Next is diverse. A party in the diverse holds an equity position in a closely held company or owns intellectual property that is considered a part of divisible marital property. Okay, see, when husband and wife, when they are having a dispute in their relationship, or when they are not having the matching of mind, suppose wife has also a lot of investment or shares in the ownership of a company, right, or in the business you can take. In that case, when they all got divorced, earlier they were working as one, they were husband and wife, there was not any kind of a problem. But right now, due to divorce, so many problems will arise. Even in case of this, the business will get separated, wife will get her own share, husband is going to get his share. In that case, it is must and should that valuation of the business has to be done, and whatever is the share of wife, that has to be given to her, and whatever share is remaining of the husband, that should be given to the husband. So in case of divorce, to distribute the property between husband and wife, the business valuation is done if the wife is the co-owner in the business, right? If she is a co-owner in the business. Then lending scenarios. Sometimes when you require any kind of loans, like for buying any kind of assets or some SBA kind of loans, right? Or you require long-term kind of loans or any other kind of loans for your requirement, there your financial institutions and banks will ask you for the business valuation. And there are intangible assets are being used as the collateral, and the lender wants an idea of their net worth or idea of their worth. So this totally lending scenario is this is for the sake of security, right? This is for the sake of security. When the financial institutions, the banks, the other kind of these all lending institutions, they won't lend just by seeing your property physically. They will tell the person to do the business valuation of all those things, and then if they find these all things are feasible, if they find that yes, these are the people who can repay their loan and advances very easily without any difficulty, then with these all property papers and these all things like securities, collateral securities, they are going to provide you loan. So lending scenario is one of the important reason why the people will go for the business valuation. Next is business planning. There are different kind of plan which a business has to do, and to do this all kind of planning, they do require the business valuation, because without business valuation, business planning will be incomplete. Like there is one important planning that is called as strategic planning. Okay, here company is considering several options and is wanting to determine the impact of several scenarios, right? They will consider several options, like they may consider about the financial position, the cash flows, or they can consider about fund flows, their investments, So various all things are considered during the strategic planning. Now to do this all, to get this desired information, the business or organization, they have to go for a business valuation for the strategic planning. Okay, then next is the succession planning, where that is also requiring your business planning, business valuation, because this succession planning you are doing it for the kind of expansion of your business, for the kind of introducing some new thing, new idea, new thing in your business. So there also you require business valuation. Then exit planning. Okay, sometimes some plan you made and that plan is not working as per your ideas, as per your plan, and as per your forecasting, that is not working well, and now you want to close that plan and you want to go with some other options available. So therefore doing an exit planning, you require even the help of business valuation again. And finally, impact of expanding into new industry or making an acquisition. Now what is the impact if you expand your own business to new industry, or if you don't expand to new industry, you can expand in the new making an acquisition. There what will be the impact of your business if you expand those things? So to know about that impact on expanding the business, there also we require the help of business valuation. So these all things in some total I can call for business planning, we require the help of the business valuation. Then financial reporting. As we know that financial reporting is the main important thing apart from the auditing and other things, where generally if you are going for any kind of international mergers, and if you are going for things like international leasing, their financial reporting will come. So here a company has just been acquired or made an acquisition, purchase price, or then in such all cases, what happens is that the financial reporting will be prepared. So what it includes? It includes total purchase consideration is allocated to acquired assets and includes intangible asset valuation. So this financial reporting will be helpful for the directors, will be even helpful for the government, will be helpful in case of merger, acquisition, and various other aspects. So it includes mainly about the purchase consideration. If, as I have told you, going for an international merger, so there, how much is the purchase consideration you are paying by taking their part of the ownership in the company? How much purchase consideration they have to pay in form of shares, in form of cash, right? That you need to evaluate and tell them. Similarly, what is the value or intangible asset valuation after doing it? What are the value of your intangible assets? That also need to be there in the financial reporting. Then stock based compensation. Now many of the private companies, right, are required by IRS, international reporting standards, as per section 409A, to show that their common stock options are issued at fair market value and therefore must conduct a formal valuation. Okay, so many of the private company, when they are issuing any shares, their stocks, common stock in the sense equity shares, to their shareholders, they must have to do a business valuation, right? And at least once every 12 months to avoid potential tax penalties, right? At least once in every year, all the business who are issuing the shares, the private companies issuing the shares to the different, even the international investors are investing there, as per IFRS, IRS international reporting standards, they have to they have to do a business valuation if they are issuing only common stock as an option. Then intangible assets and intellectual property monetization. Okay, see, a company is considering monetization assets either through use as a collateral or licensing the assets to the third company. This is monetizing, and demonetizing is the opposite words. Monetizing means you are allowing something, right? You are allowing something, you are giving permission to someone. Is the screen visible to all of you?
No, sir.
Hello? Is it not
No, sir.
visible?
No, sir.
Now see.
Yes, sir.
Okay, dear students, like we were discussing about this intangible assets and intellectual property monetization. For all the kind of intangible assets, as well as for your intellectual property monetization, we do have, we need the help of business valuation, because company is considering monetization assets either through a use as collateral or licensing the asset to the third party, right? Either they use this as a collateral security while taking the loan from any of the bank or financial institutions, or the next thing is licensing the assets to the third party to use it, right? They can give it on a lease basis to some companies to use their asset, and they can get a lease rent. Company is contemplating the sales of the assets and need help determining a price. Okay, so here they are also finding out the value of the assets, and they need to determine the price by comparing with the other things, as well as they see that if they sell the assets and what is the value when it is compared in the current market price. With that also they do a properly monetization of their assets. And similarly, company is contemplating purchase of an assets and look to the determining if price is fair or not. So they will see whether whatever things assets they are purchasing, whether it is there up to the fair market value, or they have purchased more than that of the fair market value, right? So that to comparison, or to have a idea about the comparison while selling any assets, or in case of a purchase of an assets, to know about their fair market value comparison, they require the help of business valuation. Similarly, buy and sell agreement development. If any company is selling and buying any kind of things, whether they are selling their stock, whether they are selling their other kind of things, now to avoid the various things, like they are want to avoid the kind of mitigation risk, or mitigates the risk. Now to do such all kind of things, they will do business valuation, because buying anything for the sake of development, selling anything for the sake of development is a part of business. Okay, while you sell anything, buy anything, so without doing a business valuation, if you do this, it is going to have a kind of a negative impact on your company. Okay, then similarly, shareholders buyout. When not all companies have a buy sell agreement in a place, but business valuation can provide a good point to being negotiations and smooth the process. Sometimes they want to do a buyout from the shareholders where they want to extend their control in the organization or voting rights or management. They can do this, but all the companies will not have this kind of agreement between company and the shareholders. But few of the companies, if they want it, they can go for shareholders buyout also. So what is a value? Is that just a word or any kind of benefit? So value is expressed as an economic concept. As such, it is never a fact, but always the opinion of the worth of the property. So value is the opinion about the worth of the property. How is the worth of the property? What is the worth of the property? If you call the property worth in terms of rupees or money, that becomes a value. So value should always be qualified. Example, fair market value, liquidation value, or investment value. So value generally you are telling in terms of money. Either it can be fair market value or liquidation value or investment value in some case. So as we have seen just now, like there are these kind of value like fair market value, fair value, investment value, intrinsic value, and liquidation value, that is like orderly and forced. So fair market value is a value which is existing in the market. Okay, so if suppose if you sell your particular assets in the business, so what kind of return you are going to get, or what is the amount of value you will get if you sell your business in the market, right? That particular value in the market, we call it as fair market value. And fair value is one when you sell or buy anything, when neither you get a profit nor you get any kind of losses, neither it is charged more than that of market value, nor it is charged less than that of a market value. So such value in terms of valuation, we call it as fair value. But fair market value means the value of our product or assets, particularly like land or a building or a machine, which is existing in the business, which is existing in the market. Fair value is a value which is we bought or sell something, and we have bought neither at the high price nor at the low price. That is fair value. Now, investment value, when you invest all the money in your business, so whatever amount of value you are investing in the land, in the building, in the machines, in the other kind of assets like furniture, so whatever value we have invested, those value are called as investment value. Intrinsic value is a value where the value has been having supported by some other kind of values. Okay, so value has a main value and collateral value supported by some other value. So such values are called as intrinsic value. And last is liquidation value. So liquidation value is a value at the time of closing of your business, liquidating your business, whatever value will be there of your net assets, or whatever value is there of your business, right? Business value, particularly the total business value, that value is called as liquidation value. And liquidation value is generally done in two terms. First is orderly, and second is by forced. Orderly is where some of the authority has ordered you to liquidate your business. All right, by looking at the order, you will liquidate your business. Like in case of some of the reason, like some of the partner of your business has died, or something you are not following according to law, right? The law has told some rules and regulation that is not followed properly, so the business will get liquidated with these all reasons. In that case, while the liquidation happens, that is by orderly liquidation value. Then forced liquidation value is, it is compulsory for a business to get liquidated. Like a business has become, the owner of the businessman has become insolvent, and they were unable to pay any kind of loan to the bankers. In that case, the business will get liquidated, and such value is forced liquidation value. Similarly, the business has become illegal, right? The business owner has doing the business, some started illegal activities in the business, there also a business will get liquidated. Or the owner has been done any criminal activities, right? In that case also the business is going to get liquidated.